to my channel. My name is Lindsay and this is me budgeting for my family's day-to-day life while planning and saving for our future. Today I'm going to be going over my March 2023 budget. I know I'm a few days early, but I wanted to get this set before I did anything cash-wise. So there's been a couple of changes for March's budget compared to February and January. First thing is it's been adjusted for my husband's annual raise. And second, it's also been adjusted for our lower energy bill. Yay! And we have some new savings allocations, and we've shifted some of our longer term goals. We're bringing in some savings that we've been allocating towards a mini vacation, and I've included spending as a weekly expense so we can maybe loosen up and have a little bit more fun. I realized in previous budget they've been actually pretty strict, and we haven't been spending a lot, and it's time to loosen it up a little bit, at least for March. And then also, garden is going to be a line item expense in our budget for the next few months, probably through August, because, you know, it's starting to become thinking about gardening season. We're probably going to be starting some seeds in our basement here pretty soon. I'm just really excited to get started on that. So anyway, let's get started on this. The first thing is income. Our paychecks, we get paid on the same day. So it's paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. So really it should be payday 1 and payday 2. We're salaried too, so we know what we're going to expect. We're expecting $29.80 for paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. We're also expecting to bring in about $300 from our savings for kind of our little mini vacation. We're going to be going away for just a couple of nights at a hotel with a water park, an indoor water park for the little guy. I think he's really going to have fun. And then for other income, like if we were to sell something on Facebook Marketplace or something, get a rebate check, I don't know. I'm not expecting anything this month, so we've zeroed that out. So for a total of $62.60 for the month. And then our bills, like I already mentioned, our gas and electric is lower this month. It was $314, or it was not quite $314 last month. I was budgeting for $350. Now it was kind of an overestimate, but you know, we had a really bad cold snap during this billing cycle, and you know, we have gas heat and it's just really expensive. So I was budgeting for $350. It was $246. We just got the bill the other day. I'd already drafted a budget with $350, so I had to redo all of it. For a good reason. It was $100 less, which is exciting. I was able to shift the money around and put it other places. Our cell service is the same at just under $100. Our car insurance went down $1 to be $87. Gym is the same. Our subscriptions, we're probably going to add Disney Plus back in. The kiddo's been wondering why it doesn't work on our TV. Our HBO Max subscription is ending. We've had a Black Friday deal for a few months, so we're going to bring back Disney. So the subscriptions include a few subscriptions, and this should accommodate Disney Plus as well. Internet service is the same. Trash pickup, the bill for that is this month. It's billed quarterly, and it's usually right around $140. Water bill is just going to be just under $116. That is also billed quarterly and comes out this month. And then public radio, our membership is $10 a month. And that gives us a total of $861 in bills, and leaving us with $5,399. Our savings hasn't changed a lot. We've changed a little bit, and I'll explain that here as we go along. We're putting $1,050 into our Roth IRAs. That's $525 for each, my husband and myself. Our main savings has gone down a little bit. We were putting $500 into that, but we have changed that to go with $400. Main savings is mostly our kind of our catastrophic emergency fund. We're building that up so that, you know, if we ever need those funds for something major, they're there. But we realized we were shoveling, you know, all of the money towards it, when really we should be diversifying what the savings are for those longer term goals. So our new savings, which I opened the savings account in January. It is a high interest savings account, and we were initially going to just put $50 a month, but we've decided to move $100 from main savings into new savings every month. And this will be the start of a more dedicated education fund for the little boy. We have kind of nebulous education savings for him, but nothing truly dedicated. So we've created a bucket in our new savings account specifically for his education, and as well as for vacations. So some of those larger vacations that we want to go on. We want to go back to the UK sometime. We want to go to Costa Rica, a number of places. We want to visit my sister-in-law in New York for an extended period of time. So kind of those, those trips that take a few years to plan will be, those buckets in the new savings. That's where those dollars are going to go. Sinking funds this month, since we have a little bit more wiggle room than we did in February, I've actually budgeted what we're going to put in there at $250. That's just over $60 a week. I'm going to start with March week 1. That cash stuffing will start with $60. And then investments, that's our after-tax brokerage, we'll be getting $100. And that is a total of $19.50, leaving us with $34.49. Our expenses have shifted a little bit. Groceries hasn't gone up much. February we had $340 budgeted, which we didn't really come close to using it all, which is good, but it also makes me realize how much we were eating out of our pantry and how much we're going to need to replenish in there. So I've bumped it up just a little bit. This is $90 a week. And that we should be able to make that work. We do have plenty in the pantry. It's just, I don't want to eat it down too much. Transportation, this reflects the fact that we will be driving for our little mini break. It's about a 7-hour round trip, so we wanted to make sure we budgeted for the fuel that it's going to take to get there. Our cat, she doesn't need a whole lot right now. I bought a bunch of wet food in February. I kind of went over budget in February, but it will keep her in wet food through this month. So really, she's just going to need like a small bag of dry food and maybe some litter. That $30 should accommodate that. Dining and entertainment, again, this reflects the fact that we will be on a little mini vacation, $175. Household, we don't really need a lot, but we have $35 budgeted for that. Little Mister, I've budgeted $70 for him. Health, we have $300 as usual. Spending is $120. That is the new spending item. I have calculated $15 a week for both my husband and myself, so $60 each for the month. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know if that's going to be too much. I've never really had a spending category in expenses. It's always just kind of been miscellaneous, but this is dedicated spending money for my husband and me. So we'll see. I'll let you know how it works. Garden, I'm gonna budget for $25. I don't need a whole lot to get started this year. I have all the seed starting trays that I need. I've got the seed starting soil, and I've got most of the seeds that I'm going to start. So I think I have everything, but that $25 is there just in case. And if I don't use it, I don't use it. Warehouse Club, that includes Costco or Sam's Club or combination thereof. That is $200. And that's another reason why we don't spend a ton on groceries in the grocery budget item, because we do get a fair amount of groceries with this $200. Keep in mind, there's only 3 of us and one of us is 5, so he doesn't eat a whole lot. And when he's going through a growth spurt, I don't even know where he puts it all, but when he's not going through a growth spurt, he just doesn't eat a ton. So our grocery budget for now doesn't have to be particularly large. Now when he gets as he grows, he's going to become a little garbage disposal. And obviously our budget will have to adjust for that. But for right now, the 200 from the warehouse club and the 360 from groceries is more than enough for the month. Gifts, I'm going to budget for 25. My mother's birthday is this month, my birthday is this month, and my best friend's birthday is this month. Not that I would be getting myself a gift with this money, but we've got a number of birthdays this month as well as in early April, so I've budgeted for 25. I also have a sinking fund started for gifts too, so I may need to dip into that a little bit. And then miscellaneous is 40. It's a little bit less than it has been in previous months because I've included spending and gifts as new items in my budget. So that means we have spent $1,505, leaving us with $1,944. Our last category is debt payments, and this is where I put our mortgage payment, mostly because I want to make sure I have enough space over here, but also it is a debt. It's our only debt. We're very grateful for that. We're very fortunate. And our mortgage payment, and that includes taxes, and it includes homeowner's insurance, is $1,784. It's just under that, but I always round up to the nearest dollar. $1,784 for the month. And we're also going to include a little extra escrow of $26. Every year it seems like we're a little caught off guard with an escrow shortage. So we're just trying to bump up the escrow account just a little bit to kind of soften that blow if that is the case this year. So that brings us to $1,810 for that category and leaves us with $134 for remaining like a buffer, a little bit of wiggle room in the budget. We're really fortunate that we have the wiggle room in the budget. So in this summary, we have income of $6,260, bill minus the bills of $861, minus savings $1,950, minus expenses is $1,505, and minus debt is $1,810, leaving us again with a buffer of $134. So that is our March budget. So if I feel a lot more prepared for March than I did for February and for January, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out. A couple more things in March that will be new. I'm going to set this aside and I'll get out the new things. All right, I got out my new things. First thing is, I mentioned this in a recent video, a Happy Mail unboxing, as it were. This savings challenge is something I'm going to be starting in March. It'll save me $150 for this side and $150 for this side. So I'm excited to start this in March. I may not finish it in March, but I'm going to start it in March. The next thing I got, this actually just arrived today. I did open it because I don't have the self-control to not open it. But this came from, let's see, I can't remember the name, LVBudgets on Etsy. And it was a little bigger than I expected, but I think when I look back at the listing, it did say how big it was. So it was my oversight and not hers. But it's this really cute, large but cute scratch off challenge that makes me glad that I have a full-size 3-ring binder to keep my papers in, and it saves $100, so it's not that big of a, it's a definite doable challenge. Again, I may not finish this, but I love St. Patrick's Day. My birthday is mid-March. So anyway, this is only $100. I think it's definitely doable. There's how many? 15, so I don't know how much each one will be. I bet the listing says, but anyway, again, this is from LVBudgets. I will link her shop in the description below, as well as the shop this came from. This came from Mel's Budget Designs. I'll link her in the description below as well. But anyway, this came with this nice little thank you card, very shiny, and a little note saying, "I appreciate your purchase, Lindsay. Happy saving." Very sweet. And then these cute stickers. I love stickers. I don't think anybody doesn't like stickers. Well, I shouldn't say that. Most people like stickers. This says, "Be a seeker of everyday magic." So it's real small, but I love that. And be kind. I should give that to my kiddo. That's one of the lessons I try to make sure he he knows. And then this sun. Oh, looks like a little garden. I love that. I don't know where I'm going to put these yet, but I'm sure I will find somewhere. So anyway, that is the happy mail. I will also, I've got a few more things here. This is also from Mel's Budget Designs. I'm going to be using these stickers this month, or at least some of them. I've decided I'm going to treat myself to a coffee at least twice a month for a little while. So I'm definitely going to use those stickers. Hopefully the no spend ones as well, though. And then I'm going to start, I'm going to introduce these envelopes that I made into my sinking funds. Birthdays, again, I said I've got some birthdays coming up. And my kiddo's birthday is only 3 months away, so I feel like I need to start saving for that. And then self-care. You know, I realize I haven't actually had a haircut, a professional haircut, since my kid's 2nd birthday, or right around there. And he's going to be 6 this spring. It's time, man. It's time. So, yeah, I've started this envelope. I also made it. I haven't punched it yet, but I'm excited. I love learning how to make new crafts. So I made these little peekaboo envelopes. And birthdays, I love the lemons. And this is the paper that I had on hand. So anyway, I'm going to be introducing those into my binders in the next week or so. So anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you have any questions about my March budget and, you know, why we made the decisions we did, let me know in the comments below. If you have any suggestions too on how I can save for self-care and what I should do, because, you know, I haven't in so long. I don't even know what self-care means anymore. Anyway, or if you just want to say hi, drop it in the comments below. I love to hear from you. I do ask that you keep it kind and respectful, although I've generally found that anybody who's watching a video like this tends to be fairly kind. So it's a wonderful community that I'm hoping to become more of a part of. If you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this of mine, subscribe, and, you know, you'll get notified of them. Well, I think you have to hit the notification button for that. But, you know, whatever you like. Again, thank you for spending this time with me. I will see you next time. Take care.